Welcome back to another episode of Cats Out the Bag. I'm Kat. I got my girl Boogie here with me today. And we have BT
Bow.
and Taboo, who, this was the original foursome
Oh, it was.
This was the original. This is the original Cats at the Bag
when
episode.
we started that song.
Let's get it.
Cats Out the Bag.
Yeah, what was the
Yeah.
song?
What was your song?
Cats at the bag. Bum 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 bum. Cats at the
No,
bag.
you totally
No,
just
man.
changed it.
You
That
changed it
wasn't
up, and the people really loved it when you did that song
Cats
the
at the
first time.
bag.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
That's
like
the
that.
one.
I got
I knew you
My
still
fault.
had
I
it.
didn't want to throw the fluctuations on it. My fault, yo.
Just when I thought you were losing your edge.
Come on, shorty. I got steam for days.
Yeah. Sure do. So, you're back again on Cats Out the Bag. How have you been? How has your life changed since you've been here last?
Whoa, crazy. I got another job, cultivation job in Massachusetts, so I was having to travel to Massachusetts 3 days out of the week, then back to New York, take care of the plants, and then take care of the tattoo shop. So it's been crazy. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
So last time we spoke, I'm not familiar with the brand was last time.
Prashan.
It was Prashan last time too.
Prashan Exotic Flowers. Oh, no. Okay, so I brought some...
Keep talking to the mic a little bit.
Oh yeah, so I brought some products from my homie's dispensary. It's called Cloud9, Cloud9 Vape Shop on Shinnecock.
Okay.
But now I have my own brands and my own cannabis brand, fully legalized brand.
Okay.
That's what changed.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what changed. I got
That's
fully
what
legalized.
changed.
So you
Yeah.
He
love-
went into a different tax bracket.
Type shit.
You might want to say. You might say.
That's fire.
Yeah.
What made you kind of break off from working with someone else to doing your own thing? Was just the natural order of things, or
Well, that was my brother, so you know what I'm saying. We everywhere I go, I take his products with me. You know what I'm saying. Just like I take my products with me now. But I was just repping him and showing him some love. But he carries some of my products in the stores on any given time. He checks up with me. You know, I check up with him, see what he needs, whatever. He might buy some product from me and put it in his shop. A lot of people do. So yeah,
it's fire.
yeah.
That's what's up. So,
So-
Boogie.
Speaking of the name, how did you come up with the name Pashon and what's the meaning behind it?
Okay, so Pashon is Algonquian, which is my native tongue. I am Shinnecock, from Shinnecock, Long Island, and it's Algonquian, and it stands for flower of the soul. And me and my son came up with it. We were looking for a cool Algonquian name for cannabis, and we couldn't find it, but that was there, so we took that.
So how old is your son?
My son is just turned 24.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah.
shit! Okay, I'm over here thinking you talking with a little nigga type shit.
Nah. He is a little nigga, but you know what I'm saying? He's short, but he got a big man mentality, and you know, he does a lot. For
That's fire. So did you get him? Are you like involving him in the business, or you just kind of?
That's my partner, 50-50.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
50-50. Yeah, he does the veg aspect of it, and I do the flower aspect of everything. So it works perfect. We do a big, I guess what you would say, collab. It's a family collab. My wife, my son, a couple cousins of mine, they all grow with us.
It takes a community, bro.
Yes, it
It
does.
takes a village, man.
Yes, it does. Like, you see these big corporations with 75 to 175 workers in there. Nah, we only do it with like 4 of us.
So when you say he runs the veg and you run the flower, what's the veg?
Vegetative growth. That's anything that you see from a seed to a plant without the flower on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's a typical day look like for you in the grow operation part?
Typical day. I check plants when they wake up, make sure they're fed an hour after the lights come on. Then I get to making sure that everything is defoliated, no leaves, no dead leaves, no, decaying of the plant. Then I make sure everything is, environmentally right.
Mhm.
And it's just a long list that I have to run down every day, from probably about 10 to 11 things that I have to make sure is right.
Have you always had like a passion for growing things?
Well,
Like, do you have other plants, or is it just
Yeah,
this?
passion of smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have other plants. We
Yeah.
have tomatoes. We have all types of vegetables in our garden. You know what I'm
Interesting.
saying?
When you grow, do you guys use the special water? Like I know they have like a special kind of water for.
Well, you have
growth.
to do certain things to the water. We use water straight out the faucet, and then it goes to our RO system, and then it gets pH'd, and then nutrients, and then it gets pH'd. So it's a long line again of list of things before you can feed the plant that you have to do to the water. You have to treat the water.
I was told, like, in the cultivation process, like, the most important thing is the actual water that goes into it.
Yeah, pH in the water. You can make a plant survive just with regular faucet water and make sure it's pH, and it will survive off the natural minerals that are in the water.
Is that because of where we live?
That there's high calcium in the water, magnesium.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, not every place has good,
water,
tap
right,
water.
Exactly.
So if you was in Flint, it's quiet for that.
It's over. It's over. You got to run it to like 3 RO systems and then filtrate it 3 more times and then filtrate it another 3 more times. Yeah.
That was a fucked up joke.
It's facts.
Oh, listen.
So not only do they have water, not have water, they can't have weed either.
Well, they have water. Yo, don't get it twisted. Michigan grows some of the
shit,
best weed around. Some of it. So I don't know what they doing. Are they
get it
doing
from
bottled
Canada.
water?
It is
or
that
what?
water.
It's that pipeline.
It is that water.
It's that pipeline that comes down from Canada down to Michigan, and then
I guess.
the little routes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about it too much, but
So are most of yours indoor, outdoor?
We do a little bit of both. Most of it is indoor.
Okay.
I only experiment with outdoor, like genetics. I only make new genetics with the outdoor, or I take the outdoor and make rosin and hash out of it. It's the best hash that you get, sun grown.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is there a rhyme or reason to it?
Well, you can't create the same PPFD.
You got to break that down.
Dumb it
bro.
down.
Okay, so PPFD is a light that is created from, I guess, the light source that you have and shines down on the plant. So that's the PPFD, which is. I'm not gonna get into all the the words. I'm gonna lose everybody.
Yeah,
but
you're talking different.
Get into it, man. Get into it, bro. Listen,
We have a big community for it.
We trying to show the people, man. We trying to teach. You know what I mean?
So the PPFD coming down from the light, that's the amount of light dispersed over your canopy.
Okay.
The sun is the sun. There's nothing that matches the sun. You know what I'm saying? But lights are LED lights, and we're trying to recreate the sun so it doesn't give as many PPFDs or micromoles or.
Okay.
So is there levels to that? Like, I like to tan, so like when I tan, I look at the UV index. Is there like levels to that on different light sources?
It would be watts for us.
Watts, okay.
Watts, yeah. We're not looking to tan with these lights.
No, I
know.
know.
Interesting.
So it'd be watts.
Okay.
For us, yeah.
Do you how do you tell, like, so can you tell the difference between a outdoor bud and an indoor bud? Like, is there any telltale? Like, for me personally, like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like the more leafy, the more like fluffy leafy is outdoor. Am I right or wrong?
Not always true, but a majority of the time it looks like that. I can usually look at something, smell it, and then crack it open, feel it. It's greenhouse or high depth or hybrid greenhouse or outdoor. I can usually tell right off the back from the look, the smell, the taste, whatever. Yeah.
So how do you go from natural good bud to now, because they got these new sprayed,
the spray packs?
The spray packs.
God.
How are we now? Because now everything is Zob. We're in a
Wait. What's a spray pack?
So what they'll do, when you want to break it down?
Go ahead.
So what they'll do, they'll kind of just get like some block work or some like mid-tier bud.
I'm older. Is that regs?
Us it is.
To y'all it would be.
To us it is.
Yeah, because
What about that old school Reggie shit?
Regs,
that would be
Reggie,
like old school Reggie now would be
I haven't
like.
seen that in years.
Yeah, you feel me? You won't even
seen that in years.
You might find that in like
I
Jamaica.
got an old head.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it comparable to when you're saying you get some like?
I guess, but like I said, nowadays the bud game is so kind of I don't know if I want to say fucked up, but saturated.
It is.
Oversaturated
and
fucked up.
Yep.
Okay.
That there's 10,000 different high levels. There's like 10,000 different mids, like regs or whatever, and then there's 10,000 different regs. You know what I'm saying? They all look good now. They all kind of smell decent at this point. Like sometimes you kind of get hit with the okie doke type shit. Even some good fucking THCA shit or Delta 9 shit. You might really get, nigga, I got hit with the okie doke the other day. You know what I'm saying? And, but the spray packs is basically they'll take terpenes. Terpenes are the crystals on the weed. So if you really look like really close into the weed, you'll see like the crystals or whatever, and use like your phone camera type shit and really zoom in, you'll see the crystals on it. So it's basically the crystals that they get off of the plant that they turn into like a spray, or they turn it into all different kinds of things, and they'll spray it onto like a shitty bud. And
It's actually kind of funny when you
So
think about
I'm gonna
it.
correct you just a
Yeah,
little
man,
bit.
my
That's
A little
fault,
bit.
my fault.
fucking
So
funny.
this is what happens. I'm gonna give away all the shit today. They
It's
might
like
get
fake
mad
pills.
at me. I don't give a fuck.
type shit, that
Yeah.
ass.
So this is what happens. So a nigga like me grows and grows all the time, right?
Okay.
I might not have. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Every one of my harvests is not, that shit.
Type shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go pheno hunt, and then it'll be a big corporation or a small corporation. They don't want to waste the weed, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So what they'll do is spray these terpenes on it, and terpenes are not the crystals; it's the smell and the oils
Oh,
within the cannabis.
okay. Okay.
That's what you smell, what you taste.
So it's fucking with your senses. It's not changing the quality of the weed at all.
Okay, so fucking with your senses does change the quality of the weed. It enhances the quality of the weed sometimes.
It's like putting salt
Because
on your food.
you think that you're smelling a good quality of weed, so and you,
So
it
is
tricks
it
your
like
brain
magic,
to think that
like
you're
a
smoking one.
trickery?
It is finessing.
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
it's
finessing.
it's like putting
They'll-
sazon on your food, on
Right.
some bland food type shit.
So they'll take a bag, spray it down with terpenes, get a nice fancy bag.
Little
and
shake
then,
and bake.
Right. Little shake and bake. Little sprinkle.
Yeah.
So what they'll do
All right.
is take some crazy ass smells that doesn't even come from cannabis, like strawberry shortcakes, chocolate banana pie, or mango crushed soda, Fanta,
So
whatever.
Yeah.
your body missed in the weed.
type
That's
shit.
what I'm getting out of here. Y'all
There's
think
no
it's a
y'all.
Bath and
There's no
Body
y'all.
Works
Them.
shit?
Them.
No,
Them.
definitely not
Yo,
here.
and they're
'cause
getting
You guys
rich.
can't even smell what this room smells like right now.
And they're getting rich off of terpenes.
This is not finesse.
Yeah, my nose might be running.
Yeah, this is never
She's
finessing.
getting high.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
And that's the thing. A big and all the young kids want it, and they're charging triple the price for an eighth. They're charging like $100.
Yeah, they want the mocha berry cream.
Yeah. They want
Like a
that.
vape?
Yeah. Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Niggas
Did you
want-
did you guys see that new? It's like I don't know why it's all over my social media because it's not like I even like follow like weed things besides Pishon, but there's like an asthma spray inhaler. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's been on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been on the market.
Is that
for years now?
like a oversaturation thing, or is that like
No, nobody wants it.
Does it
Why
help with
not?
I'll take
asthma?
because they want the feeling of the whole process?
Yeah, so there's a market for everybody,
Right.
but
Because I was like, oh,
You're not
I'm an
gonna get-
asthmatic.
you're not-
That would
you're
be
not
real
gonna-
easy. For
you're not going to get
me.
rich off of THC asthma pumps.
Okay.
Is there any weed you can sniff?
Oh my god,
Sniff? I don't think so.
that's crazy.
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm just saying. They're
I'm
coming
over
out
here
with
like the
everything.
asthma pump is nice, and she
Yes.
wants something she can
Nice.
put in her nose.
No, I'm
Different
just
strokes
saying.
for different folks.
I haven't seen that yet. That's a new one. Like snortable THC.
Like, is there THC pills?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah.
just gonna
Yeah.
double fist it. My real asthma inhaler and then my
Yeah,
weed
that's what
one.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Does
but
it-
I heard those pills aren't any good for you. It's like a lot of synthetic stuff. in
Yeah,
there.
that's what I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
I never had it before.
Well, one of our patients used to take them, Lena McDougal.
Oh wow, just giving government.
Oh,
so-
just don't
Damn.
do that.
You just threw me off. I
She's
was like,
been.
We're gonna have to bleep that one
She's
out.
been gone.
Oh,
for
she's
like
gone.
Oh,
20
she's
years.
gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like some King Von shit. Like, yeah, he shot all them.
Is that why she was so horny all the time?
No,
Yeah.
but
Can you imagine?
they originally prescribed it to her for food.
For appetite.
For appetite.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, they
Yeah.
give those to cancer patients.
You know
and
that
stuff like
one
that.
doctor.
Term-
he don't
mostly
give a
terminal,
fuck.
yeah,
He don't
yeah.
prescribe anything.
Mhm.
All right, so I want to ask you something. So you are. I'm assuming you've been a smoker for a long time. You're from the older generation. You watched the years of weed,
Oh, yeah.
kind of. All right. So I'm gonna tell you like this. In about 07, 06, let's say,
When I was 10.
something hit the. Nah, stop. Something hit the market called chocolate Kush.
Yeah.
So now I always wanted to know because I know you was breaking it down with the terpenes and everything like that.
Mhm.
That Kush smelled like, and this is like I said before the science
like
really
Hershey
hit the.
Park.
Yeah.
This is before the science was mainstream. This is before any of the science was really even outside like that.
Right.
How did that shit come about? Because that shit smelled just like chocolate, bro.
All right. So sometimes resin will
Hershey
give
Park?
off that aroma
Mhm.
depending on what strain that you make in a resin or hash like that.
Mhm.
And that's what that was. That was like a lot of stuff. Are you talking about the chocolate tie stuff?
You remember back in the day, like there was. I just remember some nigga, one of the bros from high school. He was known for the chocolate kush.
Okay, so chocolate kush and chocolate Thai is two different things. So I'm probably
So
thinking
the
about
chocolate
something
kush, the shit legit smelled like. I told the nigga one time because he, you know how niggas in high school, you can't really be too hot with it. So niggas would say, "Yo, smell my pocket real quick, smell my jacket
else.
pocket."
That was probably some type of terp shit.
You feel me? But
yeah.
like I'm. How the fuck did they even back then? This is like, you know what I'm saying?
It's easy to get oils from anything.
So how long has this science?
All you gotta do is press it with heat.
So how long has the science been like
around?
Known?
Oh, it's been around for a while.
Wow.
Like years. It's
Okay.
just now starting to come of age. Everybody's starting to get tired of the weed taste in itself. You know what I'm saying? When you smoke every day and you smoke mad different flavors, you need something new.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. Coming to the game with something new.
When everything got legalized and things like that, I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of homies that went down for bud shit, whatever.
Yeah.
How did that kind of change the tune? Like, did you start seeing homies? Like, did you? I know
niggas started getting jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. New York opened up the jobs for like
it took away the whole black market. I watched homies go from Hustle Man #1, Hustle of the Year award just off of weed, right? Now niggas got jobs because the legal scene is taking over. They can't get the money off of black market like they used to.
So, do you think that sometimes that the taking away of the black market kind of hindered like the actual game and even like the purity of? I feel like weed was like a.
I think that it doesn't hinder. I think it helps. I think it helps the black market game a little bit because every single bud that comes out the dispensary is not fire.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people that have the fire are the black market guys.
Okay.
And everybody's gonna go looking for that fire because they want that good weed.
I said this on another podcast. Competition inspires growth. So if you got wiped out for making it legal, then were you really a hustler?
Right. I was gonna make it no matter what.
No
matter what. But I decided to do it the right way, and it's more money out of it.
Can I reverse? Because you asked another question, but I had a question based on something you guys were talking about before. So can you describe your experience with different cannabis strains and how you select which ones to grow?
I got a certain criteria for Pashon, and it's basic. If I wouldn't smoke it, I'm not going to put it in a Pashon bag and sell it to you guys. I want to give everybody the best because I want to be known as the best. That's that competition. That's that, hustler in me. But at the same time, I want to, how can I say this? Give the cream of the crop. I want to be the cream of the crop. So if it's purple, if it has a lot of it has to meet all my checklists. It's probably about 5 or 6 things on my checklist. It has to be purple. It has to have some type of coloration to it. It has to have terpenes, like that we was talking about, that smell, that nose. It has that bag appeal. It has to look good in the bag, and it has to smoke good, So those are some of my checklists to make the criteria for Pashon.
When you were, when everything, started getting the ball rolling, things like that, I know a lot of people when they start their company, they like to outsource, out through Oregon, through Cali, through wherever they outsource or whatever. What made you, or did you even try to outsource?
Nope.
And then, okay.
Nope.
So what made you kind of make that not transition, but
when
that
my friends told me that I had better weed than half of the shit out on the market itself.
And you were growing it at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So there was, you got to give me a little bit of a, paint the picture for me. When you first started, were we in the basement? Were we,
we was outside. We was outside. Me and my son was outside, and
it was outside with it.
It was outside.
We outside.
We outside, not in.
So we were outside with it, and we were growing. And then summer was over, and we was like, "Yo, it's pretty good." What we gonna do about this? We can't grow all year round. You know what I'm saying? So next summer came around, we grew it outside again, and we was just asking the same question. So after that summer, we decided to get a little 2x2 tent, which is like boom, boom, small little tent. Got that going. We did good off of that. We were like, yo, we need more. Got another bigger tent. And then it got to a point where my family and friends was like, yo, nigga, let me get some of that. Let me get some of that. Let me get some of that. And then I was like, you can buy some. So they started buying it from me. So I was like, yo, this is, I can make some money off of this.
You're
So
like, I'm going to get a greenhouse.
I'm going to get the biggest tent that they had. So the biggest tent they had was like a 10 by 10. I took my whole living room up. My wife was pissed at me, but she still smoked the weed. So that's all I had to say. You smoke it, right? She couldn't say anything to me about it.
They
So
said that's okay. She'll be back.
that's all right.
So what are key factors you consider when designing either an indoor and outdoor cultivation area?
Environment, temperatures, dampness.
Right now, how do you monitor and control those
I
environmental
have
factors?
all mechanical devices that monitor my AC, my temperature, humidity,
Humidity is a big one, right?
VPD, everything. So
Do you have a full water system in there now?
Yes, it's
Like for if they, how many times do you need to like really water them and stuff? How does that work?
So I usually water my plants about maybe 10 to 11 times a day. And those are P1, P2 shots from my automated drip irrigation system. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So all
So
I do is hit a button on my
Yeah.
phone and it's
That's cool.
done.
Oh, that's nice.
So I still kind of want to go back to the beginning of like, you know, you were in the living room.
Oh yeah.
So first and foremost, how long before the legalization, or was it like around the same time type of shit?
Nah, I was probably going hard, like fully hard 3 years before the legalization.
Okay.
And I was telling everybody, I was like, yo, I'm gonna help you get your shit together, da 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 da. I was even telling my mother, which my mother works in the cannabis industry now.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no, it's not gonna happen. I was like, Mom, it's gonna happen.
Okay. So for anyone, all right, I talk to a lot of people, you know, all different kinds of business owners, all different kinds of people who do bud things.
Mhm.
And I say, yo, like at this point now it's time to take it legal. So they always make it seem like it's such a hard thing to do or such a roadblock. So can you kind of give maybe a figure of what you need monetary to start an actual company legally? Maybe what certs you need to get? Like, can you kind of give me a little breakdown of what you need, like a little checklist?
Okay, so it's a little bit different for me. Because I am a sovereign person from the Shinnecock Indian Nation, that we do the things a little bit differently. I do have my full license, and I got it through the tribe in the state of New York,
Okay.
which cut a lot of the
Noise,
fees
Mhm.
and all the trouble and stuff, all
Okay.
the paperwork and stuff that we had to go through. I did have to do like a 30 paper. My license was like 30 sheets of paper put together, so it was like boom, like that.
Okay.
So, and then I had to pay a fee, just like everybody else. Was a couple $1,000s, but on the outside, it's gonna be probably about $250,000
Wow.
to even start a cannabis or try to even get in and to start to have your license. There's no saying that you might not get it.
Mhm.
And all that money is I think some of it is refundable.
That's just to get the license.
Mhm.
That's not even including the equipment for like a greenhouse
Right.
and stuff like that.
So for the equipment for the greenhouse, for each room, it's probably like 10,000 just to start a room.
Oof.
You can do it on like a budget for like maybe $2,000 or $3,000. But you're not gonna have everything that you need. You're gonna have the bare minimum.
Sheesh. So I want to know, how did the sovereign nations? Because I seen that quick. That was like both of the res, Mastic res and the Shinnecock res was on it. How were they able to kind of get the jump on that whole thing?
Well, we have a jump on a lot of things, just because of the history that we had, all the stuff that we had taken away from us. They kind of put us first in line, like, "Hey, what do you guys need?" Da, 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 da.
It's reparations.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't want to say reparations, but yeah, it is kind of. Yeah.
All right, actually, you know,
Yeah.
all right, niggas doing
Take
the right
advantage.
thing at least. Shit.
Take advantage,
So-
Craig. Take advantage.
Capitalize the same way everybody else does.
So, I feel like I'm asking too many questions. I kind of want to fall back after this, but the Mastic res, you see, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Shinnecock res as much. I've been there a couple of times. I've actually, funny thing, I've actually not passed, but I've gone to the smoke shop that y'all talking about, that you was talking about before, Cloud 9.
Cloud 9.
I was like calling her like, yo, what's the smoke shop called? Like, I didn't know. I was trying to, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to name drop and get a little discount. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, but but I seen like the Mastic res, they got like Bobby Shmurda, they got all these different rappers and AI and all these guys coming through. I'm not too sure what the Shinnecock res has done, but Do you see that? And it's like, yo, bro, I see that shit, and these niggas coming all the way to fuck the Mastic, and I'm like, yo, this is fire. This is amazing for the island.
That's to get a bag, though.
Yeah. No, it's to get a bag, but
That's to get a bag.
You don't
all
think
that is to get a bag.
Mm.
I'm sure every one of those
They're
artists,
paying people to promote their product.
But you don't think that that's good for the island as far as just bringing eyes and bringing just like for example, like Bobby Shmurda would never come out this way for no reason at all, unless obviously he gets paid. But he comes out here, he sees like, oh shit, like bro, if you a nigga that never really been nowhere or nothing, you go to the res and you see all them weed leaves and all that shit and all, you know what I mean? Like,
Let me see what this is about.
This like a carnival, nigga.
Right.
Like
I recently went with him and to the Mastic one, and I hadn't been there probably since like 2011. I was blown away. I was used to everybody running at my car for cigarettes and shit.
No one say,
and then I went
fuck
in the
them
back.
cigarettes now.
Mm-hmm.
The buildings, though, like the structures of how they built all of their businesses up is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was blown away. Yeah. I was like, what the hell?
They did it right.
I think that even like, it's like I said, because it's such a tucked away area. Both of those areas are both so tucked away that it's like kind of like a unknown secret at the moment. But I feel like in the next couple years, like
it's gonna be out there.
Like even I think there's gonna be like a cultural boom. Like like I said, you drive through the res now. It's like I be seeing, you used to see like Oldsmobiles and Cadillacs. And, I mean,
Bentleys, and,
everything.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on over
Benzes,
here?
Beamers, yeah, they're coming up, man. I salute anybody that's able to come up off of cannabis the right way.
Yeah, for sure. What's your question?
Yo, it's funny.
Did it die?
And that is funny. My first plant came out great. The second one, not so great. And they call it beginner's luck. Mostly everybody that starts growing on their first rip, they get it like that. The second one, I'm gonna do the same thing I did. What the fuck did I do? You're scratching your head. What the fuck did I do? If you don't write it down or you don't take, data down, you'll never remember what you did to do the first one. So usually it doesn't go good on the second one. But then you start to say, oh, I messed up on this. Let me remember to do this time. And then it's like a snowball effect. You get better and better and better every time. And it's
amazing that you didn't give up, because look at where you are now.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. No.
There's probably so many people that
I wanted to save money in my pocket, first of all.
Right.
So saving money in my pocket, never give up.
Message.
Never give up.
So is there like a checklist? Like, can you grow every single plant strain the same way? Like, if you were to give me everything's different.
Everything's different.
Wow.
Everything is different, from the nutrient uptake to the amount of sunlight it likes to the amount of water it likes to uptake to... Everything is different.
And how do you know that per strain, like what you're choosing to grow, or you start?
Well, when you order seeds and stuff like that, or you get cuts from certain people, they'll tell you information about the plant, whatever. And then you'll be like, okay, if this plant takes a lot of nitrogen and you want to grow a couple different plants in one room, you say, oh, I'm going to take this plant from out of this room that takes the same amount of nitrogen, likes the same temperature, and you're going to grow them together. Right. If not, leave them apart, because you're gonna have hell trying to feed this one this, and then give it proper humidity, and oh shit, now this one is down because I didn't give this one enough humidity and gave this one too much, or vice versa. Yeah, it's crazy. So the best thing to do is just grow one strain in a room by itself.
So is that what you do? You cycle through strains?
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way. I was throwing up like 4 or 5 different plants in a room together that was the same strain. So I'd have 20 different plants of this one, 5 different of this one, 20 of this one, and it was just fucking crazy. Nuts.
Stressful?
Shit.
So what are some common signs that a plant might be sick or stressed? And what does a stressed cannabis plant look like? Versus a sick one?
Okay, so with plants, this is any plant, you got to listen to it. You got to look at it. And as listening to it, I mean, look at it and see what it wants, because the plant will tell you what it needs. Like you'll see like yellowing of the leaves, yellowing of the bottom leaves. That means it needs more nitrogen. That's what makes a plant green. then you'll see like rust spots on the plant, like these little brown spots or whatever. That's calcium, magnesium. You'll know different things.
So you can rectify that.
Oh yeah. It took me a while to do that.
What's something that you can't? That you're like, I'm taking an L on this.
Pretty much nothing now. Yeah, I'm to that point where I see it and I correct it that day.
Do cannabis plants get root rot?
Yes.
Okay.
Too much water.
Okay.
Too much water.
But you avoid that, I guess, because of the irrigation system.
Correct.
What's the weirdest thing you did while growing a plant? Like the weirdest method you might have took, like something that like off the, maybe you fucking pulled a how high and threw some ashes in there. You know what I mean?
Was thinking.
Some.
Okay.
I hear a lot of people
That'll burn. That'll burn.
I would be pissed.
Yeah, that'll burn
if
the
I'm
plant.
smoking weed that someone watered
Yeah.
with urine.
I've heard that.
That'll burn the plant.
I'd be upset.
Weirdest thing I did, I laid a plant down on its side, and let it grow.
Cuddle?
Yeah, I spooned it with the plant.
I whispered sweet nothings
Yeah,
into her
I was
ear.
spooning with the plant.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
I laid the plant down on the side and did a method called low stress training, where you, I guess, take the plant branches and tie them down, and then they start growing up and sprouting new branches from that one, and it creates a bigger plant, a bush, as you would say. So I laid it all the way down flat, on the ground, and it grew this way, but this way at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's the selection process when you like? Because we were talking before about the how big companies, they'll take like the kind of the shit cultivations and kind of turn it into whatever oils or terps or whatever. So how do you select your oils and wax, and do you use the shit plants, or do you just kind of?
Okay, so it's two different things. So like if I know this plant is a washer, which means wash the hash off and wash the trichomes off of it to make hash. If I know it's a washer, and no matter how good the plant looks or how well the plant did, I'm taking that plant and I'm cutting it down and putting it in fresh frozen. I'm suspending it in animation, cutting it, putting it in a bag, and throwing it in the freezer. The other method is if the plant looks like shit and it won't make a bag appeal, but you know that plant makes good terpene oils. Yeah, I'm taking the plant, even though it looks like shit. I'm gonna wash it and make my resin out of it.
So I know the heater, the hair heater method.
Oh, you know that? Okay.
Making wax.
DIY.
So, yeah, you know the vibes, But,
Can you break that down for the rest of us?
Yeah.
We're here.
I'm sorry about that. So for those who don't know, the DIY method of making your own wax is you would take some parchment paper and a hair flat iron. Well, that's what it's called, the flat iron. You take a flat iron and then you
He keeps going for his beard like he doesn't have a full head of hair.
Nah, this is the hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I don't.
So they press the bud in between the parchment paper and the flat iron, and I guess the heat oxidizes the wax to oxidizes it. Whatever. I don't know.
It just heats up the oils and the terpene. I mean, in the tricheads, and it just melts it into.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it works.
I made wax before.
Yeah, it works.
So do you make your own edibles and waxes and stuff like that?
My wife does the edibles, and
I
I
don't
do.
want to talk about the edibles.
I
almost died.
Oh, really? So?
I guess for people who smoke weed, I almost died in a good way.
She's a lightweight,
But-
though. She doesn't smoke.
What happened?
my God, we'll get there. Yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there. So what the hell were we talking about?
I was asking.
Edibles.
edibles.
Wax.
Okay, so my wife does the edibles, and I make the rosin and the wax and the hash and all that stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, I know the flat iron process. What's the large scale process of this?
All right, so there's a machine called the press machine, a rosin press machine, whatever, what you might want to call it, whatever. And it comes in a couple different sizes. Like the plates come in different sizes, from like 2x3 all the way up to like 10 inches or whatever. It could be anywhere from this big or whatever. And they take it, fold it in the parchment paper, take the hash, put it in a rosin bag, put it in the paper, and they press it. And the pressure from it and the heat makes the rosin and the wax spew out of it. Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Interesting.
Do you have a bigger, are there certain people that just prefer wax versus smoking weed?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what it's called?
Yeah. I'm one of those people. I would rather dab than smoke
Dab,
weed.
that's it. Yep, I remember.
Yeah, I would
you
rather
in the tattoo shop.
Yeah. I would rather dab than smoke weed. It hits you.
I did a dab once and I went to space.
Oh yeah. It hits you faster, quicker, harder.
I'm not gonna lie, Dad made me touch Earth one time.
Oh, yeah.
I had to touch Earth.
Oh yeah.
I did a
was
dab
coughing
with
so hard.
Jesse with food stamps, and I literally was like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, we take the data from the dispensaries that we sell to, that we, wholesale to, and we do our own research off that data, and we can tell what sells what. But good thing we lead all the dispensaries that we're in. We lead sales like in 15 categories going across the board.
Gotta talk
Yes.
a little louder.
Yes, he has.
Yes, I thought about it many times. Yeah, I have my own.
On how to do what you do.
Yeah, I have my own consultant business, and I do get calls for that. That's a different price range, though. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But that gets you the whole shebang. That gets you all your equipment. That gets you like a whole lesson with me, a whole season of growing with me. And if you choose to opt out for another one, if you didn't get it, I'll stay for another season. It costs a little bit more money, but yeah.
Now, is that through Pashon or is that through the company?
That's through my other company.
Okay.
It's called Roddy Wealth Consultant.
That's the company that's in Massachusetts?
No, that's my own company. That's here in
okay.
New York. The other company that I work for is Orange Cannabis Company. Yeah.
Okay. So working for Orange Cannabis, like that's, how you, let's just say I'm an electrician. I work for this electrical company, but I got hella side business on the side.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Mhm.
If your employer doesn't want you to give a fuck about nothing but the employer.
Yeah.
Is there ever like a conflict or interest, or it's like, or y'all kind of work together?
Nah, the owner of the company is kind of, we're good friends. We knew each other before he gave me this job, and I had Pashon before I had this job.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows what, I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
So, yeah, he actually kind of helped me out, opening up doors for me for the cultivation to learn more things, because they call me a master grower, but I don't consider myself a master grower. I'm always learning, always learning. There's always a new technique, always something. So it's just like tattooing. I'm a student of the game.
I feel. Do you miss kind of having a more central based life where you're able to just kind of do your thing here? You know what I mean? Just kind of be out here, like, or do you kind of like the fact that you're moving around now?
I kind of like the fact that I'm moving around. I always talk shit. I hate it. I hate this. Nah, but I like being a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me. That's what God put me on this earth to do.
I feel that.
For other motherfuckers to follow me, and me to be a leader.
If
So
you build it, they'll come.
Yeah, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a leader in everything I do. So yeah.
A good leader does know how to follow, though.
Yeah. But facts, but a good leader to get shit done.
Listen.
So how many businesses do you have, including the tattoo, everything altogether?
4.
Wow.
That's awesome.
How does it? Because I can only imagine, like, 4 is crazy. Like, your phone's probably ringing up off the hook all day long.
We have 2 phones. 2 phones, one for the tattoo.
Okay, Kevin Gates.
Yeah. We got 2 phones, one for the cannabis and one for the tattoo and the e-commerce and all the other businesses we use for tattoo.
So how do you stay current with like the best practices and innovations in the industry with it growing so rapidly?
I'm always researching stuff on the internet. Always. Anything I see that's new, articles, whatever, I'm always reading it. And I'm checking up on that, doing my, my due diligence after that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making connections with all the traveling, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
did you ever get like insider tips and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like that?
all the
This
time.
is what's coming next?
I just had a guy, I was in Mass and I was doing a tattoo on a dude, and he was actually a master grower from California. And he was telling me to do I use underlights underneath my in my grows, and I was saying no. And he was like, bro, you need to use them. He was like, you're gonna get 1.3 pounds more out of each, plant.
That's a lot.
I said, oh, really? I went home the next week and I found some lights, and I was like, yeah, gonna do that.
And did it work?
Saw a difference?
It's working. It's
Wow.
working. I haven't seen the full process of it because this was a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm seeing the benefits of it.
You be feeling like Dr. Frankenstein in that motherfucker?
Hell yeah. When I'm making strains, because I'm a breeder too, bro, I feel like it's alive. You know what I'm saying?
Can you describe a particularly successful or memorable harvest for you? That, like, you know, when you're 20 more years into this, you're going to be sitting around smoking, talking about this one season.
Yeah.
I want to know that story.
We made our signature strain by accident.
Wow.
And every grower knows what I'm talking about. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say I sat here and did this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was an accident.
And the name of that one?
Whale's Tail.
And you just happen to remember it?
No, that's the one he talks about the
Whale's
most.
Tail.
Yeah.
That's the highest selling one that we have. Everybody looks for it, whatever. But Whale's Tail, yeah.
What happened? You added a little sugar spice and a little too much ice? What happened?
Well, I guess it was a light leak in our room, and light leak when you're in a flower cycle, when you're in a 12 hours of dark, 12 hours of light cycle, and you break that light cycle and you have some light interfere, it can stress the plant out and cause it to herm out, and herming will cause male pollen sacs to grow, and they'll burst all over everything, and you'll get seeds. So that's what happened.
Just like a man.
We had two different plants.
Like a fucking man.
We had two different plants, one on one side of the room and one on the other side, and one sexed the other, and that's what we got, Whale's Tail.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Whale's Tail now, like, how did you, like, continue that strain? Like, you cultivated this, you took the seeds real quick and...
Took the seeds, popped them, did a pheno hunt. Pheno hunt was...
What's a pheno hunt, bro?
Pheno hunt, okay, so you pop, like, so you have a strain, right? A bag of seeds, and it's like one strain. So every seed is not going to give you the same look, the same taste, the same quality. Everything will be different, but it'll be similar. It'll have similar characteristics, but you want to pop about at least 8 to 10 seeds, and you want to run those seeds, and then whatever one gives you the best out of that group, that's going to be your number one seed. And then that's going to be your genetics. You take that genetic and you grow it, and then you start cloning it. Keep that clone around as a mother, and you keep that clone for 3-4 years. We had Whale's Tail going for what? About 3 years now.
Wow.
Kept the genetic around.
How big was that shit by the time it was you had to finish it?
Whale's Tail, it's a high yielder, so it was nice chunky buds. We got like 3.1 pounds out of per light.
No, I mean how tall? Because you said you kept it for 3-something years. How tall did it grow?
Oh, okay. So I'm
a little dumb. Yeah.
We keep mothers. Mothers will be you take a clone, you grow it out, you make it big, right? Once it gets too big to keep in your room, you take another clone and you throw that one out.
Oh.
And then you start again from little to big. So we can control the size.
Do you get emotionally attached to plants though?
Fuck yeah.
Like, did it hurt to throw that 3 year? Like after 3 years,
Yeah.
like, oh,
I didn't throw her out. I put her in the game. I started flowering.
Did you do a burial for her?
No, I put her in the game. I flowered her.
Oh,
and then I chopped her down and smoked her.
Oh.
3.1 pounds per light.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
when you say
point.
per light is what does that mean?
3.1 pounds.
No, don't say it slower.
Per light.
Change the word.
So
What
one
is per
light.
light?
Per light. So one light.
So
One
one light that I have right here.
Yeah.
Say I got 4 plants under that light.
Okay, that's what I mean. So it's literally one light.
3.1 pounds out of those 4 plants will be right there.
Got it.
We're going to call it a section.
Well, I just wanted, because I was like, wait, per one light. I was like, literally one light?
Mm-hmm.
That's, okay, got it. Thank you for
And that's pretty
saying
good.
it slower, though.
Exactly what it says. Exactly what it says. It means.
G-H-T. Got it. Thank you.
You spell light right?
L-I-G-H.
Oh, I'm just making
I
sure.
didn't
Nah, I'm just
spell
making
out
sure.
light. I said
Yeah.
light.
Nah, I'm just talking shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You have
Oh, well,
to.
you're younger. You want me to say L-I-T-E?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know that.
Get late with it.
What advice would you give someone interested in getting into the cannabis business?
Do it now. Don't wait. We only have 10 years.
Why are you saying that?
Okay, so every business has a rise and a plateau. You know
Right.
anything about economics, any business, whatever, it rises and it plateaus, and it really doesn't go back up after that. It's very, very rare. So The experts are saying we have 12 in the New York State. I guess market. I'm saying we have 10 because I've watched California rise and fall too. Colorado rise and fall too. So back in the day, California used to charge what, like $6,600 a pound. That was the highest I've ever seen.
Jeez.
Now guess how much it is now?
It's like 2,200. Is that
No.
15?
No.
12.
No.
9.
What?
No.
2.
5?
$300. I've seen pounds for $300.
We going
Oh,
to
yeah,
Cali.
yeah.
So if you do that math,
Are those the shake and bakes?
no.
That's what I'm
Nah.
calling
Good
it now.
stuff.
The shake and
So
bake.
if you really do the math, the farmers can't survive off of $300 pounds. It costs
No,
more
yeah,
than
they
that
can't.
to grow.
100%.
They're moving to microgreens and everything else, and they're making money off of that.
So are you saying it's still on the rise, or are we plateauing a little bit?
We
in
haven't
certain areas?
even started yet.
But certain areas.
We haven't started yet.
Okay.
I don't think New York is even.
But that's what I'm saying. New York. What about other places?
Oh yeah. Colorado's done. California's done. Michigan's about to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in New York, you got to
Massachusetts.
get on it now.
Mass is done.
Yeah, Mass is
done.
too.
Mass is right. I'm sorry, right at the middle. Right in the middle.
They're plateauing.
Yeah, I think so.
Anybody going down?
Well, Colorado and California, they're going down.
When you so I have a question. So when you look at Pashon, like, so you actually not even when you look at Pashon. So when you see like when you say plateau, like it's gonna get to a point where like there's only a few. You know how there's only a few cigarette brands and but there's a bunch of them, but there's only like 2 or 3 that we could really name. Newport,
Right.
Marlboro, Camel. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna get to a point when it's just gonna be like let's just say Runts, Cookies, Pashon? You know what I mean? Like, do you when you look at your brand, like, do you want this to be in that
Spoken in that realm.
in that realm, or
Yes.
do you like?
That's what I'm doing all the footwork for.
That's
That's
the
why
goal.
I'm here right now.
Okay.
Because I want my pack to be talked about the same pack as Burner. I want my pack to be talked the same pack as Doja Cat. I want all those big guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I want to be.
I'm coming for you.
Where do you come up with the names? Well, when you make your own strain up, like Whale Tail is you made that name up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you name Whale Tail and like just in general?
Since my line is an indigenous theme company, I try to keep it with indigenous names. Some of them.
Okay.
Can't do everything like that, but most of them are indigenous names. Whale's Tail, Purple Fox, Blueberry Slump. What else do we got? We got a lot of different strains, man. But most of them are the big sellers are indigenous names.
For branding purposes, would you ever like collab with a different entity or like?
We already started.
Okay, so
yeah,
what?
we already started. Her Highness has talked to us about doing a collab. Mindful Mermaid has talked to us about doing a collab. We've had Even Seeds from Black Ink talk to us. We're supposed to do actually a collab coming up on the 30th, a pop-up shop at Vibes Inc. So we're gonna do a little bit of cannabis and tattooing at the same time. So a lot of different names. They see the footwork, they see the hard work,
See the numbers.
Yeah, they see the numbers, and people are starting to get on the bandwagon.
Did your popularity, like how quick the weed thing kind of kicked off? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna call it quick, but the rise of your weed company. Did you think that it coincided with the tattoos, like because you already had customers?
Yeah,
on one end.
It worked hand in hand for me. Like, like all my Instagram followers, they are my Pashon followers. So it works hand in hand. Yeah,
I feel that.
Do you ever feel like weed is going to be like, let's say you could buy in the future a pack of pre-rolls in the 7-Eleven, like the same way you can a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, I think
It's coming.
so too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
it's
I
coming.
feel like that's so cool.
It's coming.
You could go
But
into...
I don't want to be there though.
You
don't
don't
wanna
want to
be
be
there?
there.
Nope.
No, that waters it down.
That waters it.
It's not luxury.
Yeah.
So you telling me right now, 7-Eleven hit you up with a 6-figure, 7-figure deal, talking about we want y'all in the stores.
Fuck off.
Fuck off?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you better than me.
I stand on that.
You better.
I just don't want to be in that realm, bro. I don't want to be in that big corporation monkey suit wearing ass niggas. I don't want to be around that.
I feel
don't
like
wanna have my product around that.
I feel like there's always that crossroads. You know what I mean?
is.
There's always that crossroads, and I feel like you're always gonna have to sell a little, not to sell, like give away, but sell a little piece of maybe, you know, your beliefs are gonna change. Like when we started this thing, you know, I had certain beliefs, and then things kind of just with the territory, with the terrain, things just kind of change. Maybe not, you know, in that future, but I'm talking about maybe from then to now. Do you feel like has your, you know, with the changing terrain, with everything kind of moving and shifting how it shifts, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you got to kind of flow. You got to be like water.
I'm always staying in motion.
You know,
always stay in motion.
Yeah, with everything changing, do you have like a set of beliefs that you had that may have changed or may have like molded differently or whatever, bent or whatever?
As far as the legality of the cannabis industry, yes. But as far as like morals and shit like that,
morals is such a tough word. Morals is just
what I believe, and if somebody doesn't like it, they could throw a lot of money in my face. I've had people throw money in my face and fuck off.
So what is more? Can you give me the actual set of beliefs that are more important to you than the money regarding this business per se?
For one, God. 2, my family. And 3, just making good quality.
Yeah, I just said regarding the business, not necessarily in your personal life. Yeah,
regarding.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I bring my personal life into my business.
It's a family business.
It's a family business.
It's
so
all
I gotta
tied.
look at it like that. And I just want to give good quality cannabis at an affordable price, so everybody has a chance to experience this. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think you'll ever be selling them $100 eighths?
Yes, I already am.
Oof. Okay.
But it's different qualities for different pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Different markets.
Yeah, different. I cater to the rich Southamptonites. I cater to blue collar workers. I cater to everybody. I have apes that are $35. I have apes that are $80. I have apes that are $100. Which depends on what your pocket looks like. So,
do you think because I'll tell you this, when I was, you know, moving around doing what I did, I learned that the world is on. I don't want to use weed as a drug, but I learned the world is on drugs. Everyone smokes. Everyone does what they do. You know what I mean? Like you can't put shit past nobody. She takes
not
her
everybody's on. I guess so.
She takes her Benadryl to go to sleep at night.
I do not. I don't even fuck with Benadryl.
I don't even take Benadryl either.
Yeah, no, that's too strong for me.
Have you ever had somebody that wasn't happy with their purchase and how did you resolve it?
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. I grow so much weed, it's nothing for me to give you some free weed to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that. Oh, so this is one thing. So somebody tried to bootleg my weed.
Wow, really?
Yeah. That was when I knew that
you was doing something.
I was doing something.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Fuck all the money. I don't give a fuck how much money I made, whatever.
Best form of flattery.
Yeah.
When they tried to copy my weed, the guy was one of my clients. He happened to go somewhere else, just happened to be somewhere, and he seen my product and was like, "Oh, they got gas all the time. I'm gonna grab that." He grabbed it, grabbed some Gorilla Glue shit. We don't even grow that old ass strain. And he called me. He was like, "Hey, bro, hey, do you sell Gorilla Glue?" I was like, "No." He said, I figured it wasn't you. And he was like, he showed me the bag. I said, "Let me see the bag." He showed me the bag. It was off. Way off. Even the labels were off and everything. So I said, "Where are you at right now? I'm coming to you." So he was at work. I came to his job, grabbed him an eighth, and was like, "Yo, thank you for letting me know. Here's another eighth on the house, whatever." And
that's fire, bro.
I do the footwork myself.
How did you handle that though?
Handled it just like, yo.
Yeah, the wrong question. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo. Here you go, man.
I forgot where it was for a second. Next question.
Well, funny you say that. So that's another good thing you brought. You kind of sparked my brain.
Did I?
Given that we just kind of exited the black market and everything like that, obviously, the lines get blurred between, corporate and street because things are so still fresh and things like that.
Oh my God.
Fucking stuck together.
Okay.
Whatever falls on the floor is for the house.
That's for y'all.
Not been picking up the dollars from the strip club.
You know me.
Yeah.
Nah, but what you call it?
Put this in my pocket.
Being
for later.
that weed is such like a new
can't.
industry, and it's like, you know, like transitioning from black market to regular market.
Yeah.
Obviously you got motherfuckers that's still stuck in that black market mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How have you been able to kind of navigate that, and even like, you know, letting people like homies know, like, yo, my nigga, this is a business, bro.
I did at first. It's like me repeating myself over and over again. I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it now.
I feel
so
like.
you can either watch me get rich, and then you could try to do it. I try to tell everybody 3 years in advance, get your shit together. You think anybody is still doing it now? No. I had
they probably have their hand out.
4 or 5 people ready,
Mm-hmm.
growing in their own houses. Went there, set up rooms and everything like that, and nobody has continued. Nobody.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
You could lead a horse to water.
But you can't tell them how to drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Any of them come with their hand out?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
They know you better.
They know me better than that.
Okay.
Yeah. They know me better than that.
That's funny.
Any misconceptions that you would like to use this platform to clear up about the cannabis industry?
Everything.
Is that a loaded question?
Everything that was said negatively about cannabis in the last 50 years, from marijuana,
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, what was that movie? Marijuana Mania or some shit.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. I know
Oh,
what you're
yeah.
talking about.
It's all false. Look at me in my face when I'm telling you, this camera, that shit is all false. You want to know why? Because the government didn't put together a scientific study. So they know nothing about this weed. That's why.
Richard Nixon.
Hit a button or something.
during
man, like-
well, I wanted to add on to the facts that he's saying. So one of the original studies on marijuana was because marijuana came through like the jazz clubs in New Orleans. So, you know, it'd be like Duke Ellington and all these cool ass cold motherfuckers just, you know, smoking loud, fucking all the white bitches and shit like that.
They didn't want that.
So they didn't want that. So one of the first studies on marijuana,
So were
which
white
actually,
bitches the gateway drug, actually?
Yeah.
yo, listen,
Yeah,
Listen.
it really was.
listen,
Still
Now-
are.
yeah. So one of the first studies was that marijuana
Yeah.
made white women attracted to black men. Literally, one of the first studies on marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, it came through the jazz clubs and things like that. They seen that. The name marijuana wasn't even the name. They just made it that to sound foreign, to make it sound bad. Literally, the name marijuana was a name that the government gave the plant, flower, well, cannabis or whatever. They gave it that name to make it sound like it's something like foreign and like something to be afraid of. Like there's so many misconceptions on marijuana. Even like, bro, marijuana. Like I said, the
war on
outlaw
drugs is fake.
Yes, the outlaw of marijuana literally was based on race, which a lot of people don't even know that. They just think that, you know,
Mexicans and blacks were
Mhm.
the devil. They
Yep.
raped everybody.
Yep.
They raped all white women.
Mhm.
It was crazy.
Because they were high on marijuana?
Yeah, because they were high on
Yep.
marijuana.
Yep.
Yeah. They said you kill yourself, you commit suicide, you go crazy. Come on, man. I've never known anybody in my whole history, the whole history of cannabis and the history of my life, to die off cannabis, OD off of cannabis.
I almost did.
Okay.
I OD'd.
Can you tell us
What
that
I don't know
story?
what you call that.
Yeah. Yo, can you tell this story, please?
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, you just like to hear it because
Yes, I
it
do.
makes you
Yes,
laugh.
I do.
It was very embarrassing time.
It
in
was
my
a
life,
dark
and I
night.
have PTSD from it. Let me say this: I do not smoke weed. I don't even dabble in much. So, when I was at the tattoo shop a lot, they had bought an edible cookie in. I'm always talking. I want to learn. You know what I mean? Like, I have anxiety. I deal with different things, and sometimes the concept of weed intrigues me because I'm like, I wonder if it would help, you know, with some of those things. And he's always teaching and saying it does. And, you know, his wife always encouraged it or whatever. So they had given me a cookie. And then it was funny because before I left, he said, wait, come back. And he split the cookie in half and gave me half a cookie. And he gave his son the other half a cookie. Love you, Obi. But he's little.
Yeah.
He's little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's shorter. He's skinny. You know what I mean? He popped that half a cookie in his mouth and ate the cookie and
Like
went
nothing.
about.
Yeah.
Right. Granted, I didn't see him when the cookie kicked in. I did hear that he knocked out and like slept, like the best sleep of his life.
Yeah.
I take the cookie home and sitting in my kitchen because what am I going to do with that? So fast forward, like, I don't know, maybe a week, I deal with insomnia on and off because of anxiety. And I'm like, that cookie knocked him out. I was like, I'm going to eat the cookie. Fuck it. And I ate the half of cookie because in my head, he was so much smaller than me and he ate the half of cookie that he was fine. So my weight and my height, I was like, I'm good. Boy, was I not good. I will say this, best time of my life before it wasn't. My sister actually has video proof of this. There was a lot of laughing and crying mixture. I don't know if it was because I was laughing so hard that I was crying or I was crying and laughing at myself. I can't tell you the combo.
Didn't we want to go to the hospital?
I didn't get there yet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling about the good parts. So then they want to get the edibles.
All right.
Okay. Everything was hysterical. I was convinced that my sister was high because she was laughing so hard. So I was like, you ate some of the cookie? And she's like, I didn't even see the cookie. And I'm like, did you smoke? You know, like the older sister kicking in. I was like, are you drunk? And so now I'm arguing with her because she's laughing so hard that I'm convinced she's high because I'm laughing that hard. In the midst of that laughing, my neck stopped working. Okay.
Your neck.
Yeah, no, because I was laying in the bed. There's video of this. And then I couldn't lift my head off the pillow. So then that ensued the panic.
Bodily functions.
Yeah, the bodily functions just left the building.
Wow.
She was paralyzed.
I did not have an accident. Let's not go there. No bodily functions. So my head's not working now, right? So my sister's still videoing. She's hysterical laughing. And she's like, look at me. And I'm like, I am. I was not looking at her. I was looking over here. And I was like, oh my God, my eyes don't work. So now the panic is going even more, right? Because I'm like, how am I not looking at you? And she's like, just turn your head. I'm like, I am. She's like, you're not. So I'm like, okay. So then I tried to sit up using, the rest of my body. As soon as I sat up, it felt like I was on a carnival ride. The whole room started spinning. I asked for a bucket, and then I proceeded to vomit for hours.
Violently.
What a pussy.
Violently for hours, okay?
I believe in one of the videos you were hugging a pillow and rocking.
Yeah.
No, it was
No,
the
she
bucket.
was hugging the garbage can.
It was the bucket. It was
Yeah.
a small wastebasket that my sister had to keep replacing with another one because of the amount of exorcism vomit that was coming out. That it was hitting the bucket and splashing back on me, and I was vomiting more because of it.
So that was probably an anxiety-ridden vomit.
So, well, my neck and my eyeballs weren't working. So now,
Allegedly.
hours of this, no exaggeration. We can verify the story with my sister. Hours of this, and I'm sitting like this. So now my sister, I've slowed down on the vomiting. She doesn't know what to do with me. She takes the bucket out. My arms remain in this position. Okay? So now I'm like this. She leaves me sitting up for a little bit. She doesn't have to reinsert a wastebasket. I'm done vomiting. She pushes me over to the side. My arms are still like this, and my legs are still Indian style. I slept that way.
Oh, but you forgot to mention one thing. You guys called me. It was like, was there anything
I don't
in
remember
that?
that. I begged to go to the hospital, and she refused to take me. And she's like, what are they going to do? I said, fluids? Because, I'm in healthcare. I'm like, fluid? I just, don't take me to my job. Take me to take me to any other hospital but my job. And she was like, I'm not taking you to the hospital for eating an edible. And I'm like, you don't understand. Something is wrong. So I guess my sister called Taboo and Yachty, and I don't know how that conversation went because I was out of it.
She was like, is there anything in this cookie that I should know about? I was like, weed? What else would be in the cookie? And she was like, oh, okay, thanks.
No.
Click. That was the conversation.
Well, because I was like, that's embarrassing. Blech, that's embarrassing. So then, let's fast forward. Lauren passes out, right? I still managed to get up for work. You know why? Because I'm a psycho. I go to work. I'm driving. I'm like, I should not be driving right now. I'm high as a kite. I get to my job. I have my own office. I close the door. My boss comes in. I'm high as a kite. Like cannot function. High as a kite, right? My boss comes in. My head is on the desk. It's cold. It feels good. I'm not even using my arms. I look up and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I can't even lie to you right now because I can't formulate one. I'm high as a fucking kite. And she was like, what do you mean, Lauren? And I was like, I ate an edible last night. I thought it was going to help me sleep. I spent the night throwing up. I'm still high. I was like, I don't know what to do. So she was like, I think you should go home. I said, can I? And she was like, yeah. So I go home. I eat food. I take a nap. I get up. I go to the tattoo shop. There's video of me at the tattoo shop sitting in a chair, not getting a tattoo like this. High. I was high for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
24 hours. 24 hours. Mm-hmm. After I vomited everything, like 24 hours.
I'd love to try that cookie.
Yeah.
I don't have some of those.
You ever greened out before?
Say what?
You ever greened out?
What the hell's that?
I don't know. It's a young term. I don't know. Young boys be putting me onto it. They get so high. They like
you just call
basically like her. No, I'm old too because it's a young nigga.
This is what they say happened to them.
Yeah,
greened out. That's like a
it's
mini
a greened
OD.
out. It's like a I guess the blackout version of the blackout version of high. I've never greened out.
I have. Back in the day before I was, heavy smoker, I've passed out many times.
I took a 400 milligram edible once.
Yeah.
And yo, that shit had me niggas. My man thought I was on dope. Like he was checking my arms. I remember like me being like half out of it.
Slump.
He like was grabbing my arms
working.
like no. I was just sleeping. And I remember my man's like coming up to me because I like left my door open and everything. I was fucked up. He like came in and he was like, "Yo, bro, is this nigga on dope?" Like I just remember like I said, I remember being halfway out of it, and I remember him like checking my arms to see if I was fucking shooting up because I was really like, I was like having a conversation and like mid conversation, I'm like nodding out and shit like.
Wow.
That was a one time though.
Wow.
Anything else? And that was edible though.
I've had some bad experiences off of weed.
I feel like your edibles should have instructions. You had no directions on the packaging. I ate the fucking half a cookie.
Like the magic mushroom shit.
It should be like for beginners, lick the top. Lick the tip. For intermediate, nibble a chocolate chip. Like
I'm dead.
I'm weak. I am weak.
I went from visual on size and thought I was going to be okay, and apparently greened out, what the young kids say. But my greened out, I would love to just fall asleep.
Edibles make me green out more than weed.
Yeah.
Edibles do that to me. Me and edibles don't get along.
You ever thought about or maybe when it gets more legal or whatever, but moving into the mushrooms?
Yeah. I can grow mushrooms too. I can grow some good mushrooms.
Really?
I want to. I want to actually get into the market of that, but I'll wait until it's
it's coming around. I think
Yeah.
I think we got another like few years, 4 or 5 years.
I say
think.
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, I say 2 years because once that the government fully legalizes this shit and makes it a scheduled 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that shit's gonna come around.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a beautiful.
I'm afraid
day.
of that too.
What, mushrooms?
Yeah.
Mushrooms are great.
What if I enter another realm and I start panicking? Because that's clearly what I did with the edibles, and then it makes it terrible for me.
It is drugs. It will go away.
This is true.
24 hours.
It went away though.
Repeat that.
But it went away though, right?
It didn't feel like it was ever gonna leave.
It did go away though, right?
I am a Motrin taker.
Okay, and you know what? I should have told you this.
Oh, here we go. This is like a year ago now. Now you want to give me some advice?
You should have taken some CBD.
You told me that after.
I told you that, right?
That's the antidote. Yeah, you told me that after.
So when you get too high off of cannabis or THC, you should always, if you want to make yourself come down and mellow yourself out, you cancel it out with CBD, and it'll balance you out.
You guys do
now I know that.
You guys also do CBD?
Fuck no.
No.
Keep that shit over there.
What I really don't understand the difference between like the Delta 9 and the THCA.
Delta 9 is
what is that?
Listen, because I don't pay attention to this Delta 9 shit. I'm just strictly THC. I think Delta 9 is the spot right before it turns into THC, and it's that level that makes it legal and not legal.
Yeah, how the hell do you get that? I don't understand.
Well, the amount of THC that's in the product.
Yeah, no, but like, is it like, do you have to clip it at a certain time? Is it like,
No, it's a certain strain of plant that's CBD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought it was fake. I didn't know what it was. But I see so many like gummies that you could buy like at the fucking gas station.
They try to pass that shit off as real weed.
Yeah.
Delta.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
try to pass it off as real weed.
I don't want Delta. I don't know what that Delta is.
Right.
Yeah.
You ever
Delta who?
You ever smoked the
Delta 9
before weed became legal? You ever smoked the legal funk or like the spice or any of that shit?
Nah, you know what? I had some homies that did though.
Facts.
That spice, that's just bad for you too,
Bruh,
right?
I know a nigga.
Yeah.
Those are the people that come in on psych holds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does
I know
something
a
to the
couple
fucking
homies
brains.
that did.
Listen,
and,
I know.
and I think one of them died.
Yeah.
I think one of them died. No, he got messed up. His brain got really, really
Yeah,
messed
that
up.
happened to my
Yes,
cousin.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
That happened to my cousin. Yeah. I had one of my homies, very respectable man, good, hardworking dude. That nigga was starting to dig in trash cans. He was trying to. That nigga used to hit me up like, yo, I got these gift cards. I sell $30 gift card. I sell you
for the spice.
Yo, for the spice, nigga. For the spice, bro. I was like,
you know what?
damn.
From where I'm, I used to stay in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They call it Tucci out there. Tucci. I said, oh, y'all can keep that shit.
Shit, nasty work.
Yeah. Does it even taste good?
How you know I smoked it?
I'm just saying. I'm asking.
No.
He
got you because your mouth went.
It's like, so it's like potpourri kind of. Like, I don't know.
Why the fuck would you want to smoke potpourri?
Bro, I played college
Ben's half
ball.
white.
Nah, nigga, I played college ball. We got drug tested, so you know what I'm saying. Like,
so y'all,
we needed something. We was just trying to get high and get by. You feel me? Not gonna lie though, that shit had me feeling like Smokey in the chicken coop. I swear, I'll never forget going to I was in the cafeteria.
Was it worth it? Like, get high to get by.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll say this. At that time, I was still very rookie to getting high in general, smoking weed in general. So I was like, I really wasn't good being high regardless in public places. But that shit had me fucked up. I remember, I literally was like this in the cafeteria, like looking around like, yo, what the fuck? Like, they all know I'm high.
Yo, did you guys know about like the putting somebody else's piss in a condom or something like that? Or
my nigga, they standing there with you when you're taking the drug test. So it's
like
not
watching.
They watch you, and it's random. So like they choose 14 people. I think they have to choose like 15 or 14% of the team. There's 100 people, so they choose 15 random people.
Wow.
And you just kind of do your ones and twos from there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you never knew. So we was just like, let's just keep it safe, and then we just said fuck it. We just said fuck it because I had one bad experience. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna smoke regular weed. If they bust me, they bust me. Pause.
Did you get busted?
No.
All right.
What strain is this?
This is gumbo. Oh, this right here, actually, that's Purple Fox. This is gumbo.
This is Purple Fox. I didn't see this one. So I noticed like you don't necessarily have like all the like the cutesy, the
stay away from that.
holograms.
Stay away from the floor. I got this thing called ghetto bags that I try to stay away from with all the cartoon characters and the bright colors and.
You're paying for the packaging.
Yeah, you're paying for mostly the packaging. You're not paying for the weed.
I'll be honest, bro. I miss the good old Ziploc days, bro.
I do too.
Simple, you know what I mean?
What about the apple bags?
I got one better, the corner of the bag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, so come on.
I used to use
that
both
gave
corners.
me very crack rock feels,
both
the corner
corners.
of the bags.
Listen, if you really was ill with it,
you
know how the sandwich bags got the little fold on the inside?
You was using all four.
Nigga, go crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, you could fuck around. If you was really ill with it, you could definitely bust down like a little, at least an ounce. Yeah,
let me show you because we have.
I peeped already.
Oh, you see?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Nah, listen.
What do you
Well,
have
show the people on the camera.
You're so selfish.
For those who don't know how to open up a bag, my man got the fingerprints ready to go. You just pinch, you know what I'm saying? Slide.
It's really childproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
That's
can't just do this?
Nah.
Pinch, slide, get high.
Oh.
So it says.
Let me see.
Noun, flower.
Let
of
me
the
try.
soul. Okay, damn, kind of real nigga read.
I just want to.
God,
I can't do it.
I figured you needed a drink by now.
you gotta speak louder if you're gonna.
I went to Vermont and I got a thing of pre-rolls, and I'll show you the box they come in.
Mm-hmm.
Coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Child-proof.
Yeah.
And it's like adult-proof too.
Would you ever dumb it down and add the holograms and the Pikachu?
Oh yeah, we plan on to. We plan on it when we drop certain strains that are not gonna have indigenous names and they're gonna have those funny names or whatever like that. Yeah, we'll do stuff like that.
As far as like pop culture, what is some like things regarding marijuana that kind of gravitate you in pop? Like let's just say like Wiz for me, me and Wiz. That's I'm always gonna associate my weed smoking with me listening to Kush and OJ. And shit like that.
Yeah.
So for you, what's like a pop culture thing that you're always gonna associate with the flowers?
Snoop. I'm a little bit older, so it'd be
Respect.
Snoop. Wiz does though. Be Real. Redman, Method Man.
No Cheech and Chong. No what's the old dude?
Yeah, Cheech and Chong, all the half bakes, the how highs, all that shit. Yeah.
And look at Snoop lighting the Olympic torch.
Yeah.
Yo,
Times
you know
have
he made.
changed.
Yo, do you know he
He's
made
in
$9 million
Wow.
To do that?
to do the whole promotion of the Olympics that whole time while he was
He's a
there in
hustler.
Paris. He made $9 million. I think it was in 8 days.
He literally has his foot in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
He did a smokeless what is it? A smokeless fire pit.
Yeah.
He just got a couple million for that. Snoop is one of the most irrelevant rappers that brought cannabis to the forefront.
Let's have respect.
Yeah.
I don't want to say irrelevant. Wouldn't say irrelevant. And my son, because my son does, he will drop a little one or two.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. See?
What happened?
I was watching
Every time he
the
disrespects
puppy.
Snoop, you're going to get hit in the Nah, but there was another thing I wanted to ask you about the
What's that little tube?
Oh, this is a pre-roll.
So you sell them that way too?
Yeah.
How much does one of those go for? Different prices for different strains?
This is my normal can. This isn't our pre-rolls. Our
about to
pre-rolls
say.
are a little bit little, and this is a gram. This is about a 3.5 joint.
That's like a Gotti right there.
Yeah, this is my normal joints. This is what I smoke.
That's a cannon.
And what is in
Yeah,
that
that's
one?
what I call it, cannon. This is Purple Fox and Gumbo together.
So is that two papers put together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was
Yeah.
bugging.
We use a knockbox future roller machine. Really does 150 at a time. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I remember what I was gonna ask. So what's your pinnacle? Like what do you like? All right, for example, I feel like my pinnacle is me getting Wiz on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
What's your pinnacle for Pelham? Oh, sorry,
for
Pashon. Pashon. Sorry.
For to get Burner or any entertainer that's really in the game right now that's popping,
Mm-hmm.
to have a bag of my weed in their book bag.
There's no
pull it out, roll up, and then
Mhm.
mention me. You know what I'm saying? In a major interview.
I'm gonna remember this name so I could throw Pashon in the bars
Yeah.
for the record. I got you.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
Appreciate it.
I'll be the entertainer, nigga. If
Are you
no one
tagging
else.
people on social media? Like ones that you'd be interested?
I am. Some are. But I try not to be like a fanboy. I want it to be like organic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to push it on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just want it to be organic.
How important is boots to ground, like being at those like cannabis
Mad
cups or
important.
anything like that?
Because you never know who's gonna walk in.
Mhm.
Like I said, C's from Black Ink walked in the other day, and we've knew each other before. I've done business with him before, but he walked in and wanted to do a collab with me. Then I had major corporations that were looking for genetics
Mm-hmm.
that come over to my table because I had a couple plants sitting around my table, and they were like, "Oh, da, 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 da," and they want to do business. So yeah, it's very, very important to be there.
And where's the line now between actually doing business with someone or just giving a nigga weed? Because that's a fine line.
Yo, giving a nigga weed works better than having somebody just buy weed from you or whatever.
You're not wrong.
Yo, I'm a grower, so for me to give out apes, I do giveaways all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They did a stash and dash.
Yeah,
that was
I do
great.
stash and dashes all the time too. We hide weed and have people come find it, and within 10, 20 minutes, that's how much they're paying attention. They come get this
Mhm.
weed.
Mm.
We haven't had one that was, looked over. So everybody comes and gets this. So for me to give out weed is nothing. I'd rather give out weed and make that connection that way
Mm-hmm.
because then it looks more organic, it looks more genuine.
You don't
Like,
look
here, my
pressed.
dude.
You also don't
You know
look
what I'm
pressed.
saying? Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, let's just say, you link. Let's just say, you and, I don't want to throw dirt on no one's name, but let's just say me and you,
Mhm.
me and you link up. You see me as someone who can propel your company.
Right.
I see you as obviously a nigga with the loud.
Yep.
Have you ever had to have a situation, or do you ever look for this? Like, not look for it, but like be wary of it. It's more beneficial for you because I'm just giving you weed, and you're just maybe just shouting me out, or not. You're not really putting me in no rooms or no predicaments or anything like that. That could really advance me.
Mhm.
Like I said, the difference between doing business and just giving a nigga free weed. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Well, you do got them mooches or whatever. That
And
just want
You'd be
free weed
surprised. It be the niggas that you would think, you know what I'm saying, that's doing it.
Yeah.
I've seen niggas that's
Mhm.
doing it. You would think, you know what I'm saying? Nah, these niggas are just trying to zone me. The
Yep.
fuck out of here.
Yep.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I know Taboo pretty well. I feel like in his mind of giving the weed, he wants his product to stand enough on its own 2 feet so they want to mention it. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Right.
he's never going to
Yeah.
ask because he wants, like, he believes in his product. So
Yeah.
when they smoke it, they're going to be like, oh, shit, what was the name of this weed again? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and then it just becomes organic for them to either come back for some more or ask some questions on where it came from or how to find it. Like,
Correct.
and if I'm wrong, absolutely.
No, you're correct. You're totally correct. Yep.
Twins.
Yep.
Yo, if it's Taboo, your voice got a little higher. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
2024, man.
So for
No
anybody
judge.
that, because we're coming up on our time here, for anybody that wants to find you at any of your businesses, where would they find you?
Find you, follow, contact.
You can find me mostly on Instagram, Pashan Exotic Flowers, Vibes Inc., Tattoos. I'm on every major platform. You can find my product right now exclusively at Little Beach Harvest. We do have it in some other dispensaries up and down the res. We have some in Mastic. Right now, I'm trying to make it hard for people to get my weed. I want to make it exclusive. So I'm telling you guys where it's at. Go find it. Go find it. Or find me.
I respect it.
I love it.
Yeah.
We should do like a dinner. You know how you could like do the dinners?
Yeah.
Because Yachty makes the edibles. You guys should do like an exclusive
lobster.
You pay for the seat.
We've talked about that. We've talked about that mad times. We wanted to do a friends and family dinner and just have like a big banquet hall at the tattoo shop and do,
Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw that one out there.
Yeah. Yeah. But everything is infused. Everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I'll help set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll taste test, aka I'll lick things.
You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea to do Pashan first annual Pashan banquet.
Yeah.
Like that infused banquet.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You got to get super dressed up. You got to pay, for your seat, whatever you want to call it. It includes this. Absolutely, there's a market for that because everybody's doing dining in the dark. I did one of those pop-up THC dinners way before.
Yeah.
And it was in Coney Island. I had a great time. It was fun. It must have been regulated well because I was able to eat some things and I was just high and didn't, need CBD. But it was a good time. It was good vibes.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like directions on my ticket though. Like if I'm buying a seat, like I need to know like you can have 2 bites of this, 1 bite of this.
Yeah, everything should be labeled and how.
None for her.
At least if new people are like like newbies are going.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't need people passing out.
Right.
outside of the 4 ventures you have going on right now, do you look to do anything else?
Oh fuck yeah. I'm trying to be a millionaire. Well, multi-millionaire. So
Respect.
you never can get rich and be a millionaire off of one business. I don't give a fuck what you say, what you do. If it is, it's luck. It's not hard work. So if you want to be a millionaire, I'm talking to y'all, do multiple businesses. So what? It's hard. So what? It takes a lot of work. So fucking what? Do the work.
If you want to be great, it ain't easy.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are doing. They're doing one business, starting up, and then when it fails, they quit because this generation is full of quitters. And they have nothing else to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at more than one business and you're like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to You just do it. If it's in you and it's in your, you just do it.
Yep.
You figure it out.
So
you want it that bad.
When you look into it, when you start a business, is it genuinely something you're interested in, or like you would even start something that you don't give a fuck about? Not not to say not that you don't give a fuck about the business specifically, but I mean like
me, I gotta care somewhat about the business.
Not the business, but the industry or
but
whatever.
The industry.
Yeah.
But there are some industries that are boring, but do create a good income that you can get into. And there's a lot of businesses like that. You don't have to love it, but it's gonna make you a good, nice source of income. Morality is gonna be right. Yeah, fuck it, I'll go for it.
What do you value more? Personal, like feeling happy waking up doing what you do every morning, or having that stability of a good industry?
Waking up every morning and saying I love what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man.
Fuck the money.
That's super beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. We got the puppy.
We got
out.
a new puppy and he's underneath Boogie's chair. So, this is gonna have to be where we wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming again.
Anytime.
He's gonna be here again. Definitely.
There's a phone call, yo.
Who's it for?
It's get hot time.
Yeah. Lauren, take us out of here.